Ladies and gentlemen of Bills Mafia, gather round the tailgate fires, crack open those icy Jenny lights, and crank up the volume on Shout, because we're diving headfirst into the chaos that is Buffalo football. This is your boy, straight from the snowy trenches of Highmark Stadium, bringing you the pulse-pounding, heart-stopping latest on our beloved Buffalo Bills as they gear up to smash the Houston Texans into the Astrodome dustbin of history. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Let's go Buffalo, FSU. Alright, Mafia, strap in because we've got some gut-wrenching news dropping like a snow squall in Orchard Park just moments before kickoff in Week 12. Our boys in blue and red were hit with a curveball that even the wildest table-smashing superfan couldn't have predicted. Newly minted Bills weapon, that speedy wide-out and kick-return wizard Mecole Hardman, fresh off the trading block and looking like he was born to wear the horns, has been sidelined to injured reserve. Yeah, you heard that right. IR, baby, right as the clock ticks down to showdown time against those Texans. It's the kind of outside-our-control heartbreak that tests the soul of this franchise. But hold up, Bills Mafia doesn't fold. We rise, we roar. We remember the 4 straight Super Bowl gut punches and come back swinging harder than OJ in his prime. Now, let's break this down like we're dissecting a 20-piece platter at Duff's. Juicy, messy, and impossible to put down. Josh Allen, our gunslinging superhero, the man who turns frozen tundra into a highlight reel, was already staring down a depleted arsenal. Coach Sean McDermott, that steady hand who's rebuilt this beast from the ashes of the Brandon Beane masterclass, dropped the hammer on Wednesday. No Curtis Samuel, that electric slot ninja who's been lighting up secondaries like the 4th of July over Niagara Falls, and no Dalton Kincaid, our tight end phenom who's been Allen's safety blanket in the red zone. It's like robbing a quarterback of his favorite crayon's mid-masterpiece. But Josh. He just smirks, tucks the ball under his arm like it's a Lenovo wing, and says, "Watch this." That's the Allen effect, the dude who scrambled 50 yards in the snow against the Steelers, who hurled that miracle to Diggs in the divisional meltdown that still haunts my dreams. He's got ice in his veins colder than a January wind off Lake Erie. But here's where the Mafia magic ignites. Reinforcements are charging in like a herd of Zubaz-clad warriors. We've elevated tight end Keliki Latu, that raw talent ready to block and battle for those contested grabs, and oh baby, Gabe Davis is back in the mix. The big game Gabe, the man who torched the Chiefs for 98 yards and a score in that playoff thriller we pretend didn't end in tears. Cover One's got the scoop. This means Davis is suiting up, ready to stretch the field and give Josh those deep shots that make defensive coordinators weep. And let's talk about the elephant in the locker room, or should I say, the rookie who's learning the hard way about Bills discipline. Keon Coleman, our first-round firecracker, that 6 feet 3 inches freak who mossed defenders like it was nothing in college? He's a healthy scratch for the 2nd straight week. Why? Late to a team meeting. Coach Mac doesn't play. It's about the process, the grind, the one Bills drive mentality that Marv Levy preached back when AFL glory was our birthright. This is Coleman's 3rd off-field hiccup in his young career, a wake-up call louder than the wide right clock ticking down in 91. Kid's got all-pro potential, but in Buffalo, talent meets toughness. He'll learn, or he'll watch from the Pinto Ron lot. Shout out to the depth chart heroes stepping up, Elijah Moore, fresh off that Buccaneers bye-week bench, itching to rediscover his Cleveland Thunder in Bills blue. And keep your eyes peeled on Tyrell Shavers, folks. This undrafted gem exploded last week against Tampa, snagging 8 balls for 120 yards and a touchdown, turning Coleman's shadow into his spotlight. It's the Bills' way. Adversity breeds legends, just like Thurman Thomas dodging tacklers for 6,000 yards in the 90s, or Bruce Smith racking up 200 sacks while the world overlooked Orchard Park. Our O-line. They'll be scrapping without Chase Lunt at tackle, those boys in the trenches, the unsung poets of pigskin, battling C.J. Stroud's pass rush like it's the Ice Bowl reborn. Defensively, we're missing Fedarian Mathis up front and Jamarcus Ingram in the secondary, but don't sleep on the Von Miller menace, scheming with McDermott's chessmaster calls to turn Houston's offense into a Texan-sized turnover piñata. Zoom out, Mafia. This ain't just a Thursday night tilt, it's a dagger in the AFC playoff heart. We're 8-2, clinging to that number 2 seed like Bills fans to a superstition sponge bath, with the Chiefs lurking like that Music City miracle punt return from '99 that still gives me nightmares. Remember the 13 seconds? The Oilers comeback? The snow globe magic against the Skins in '92 where Frank Reich orchestrated the greatest drive in NFL history? This Texans game slots right into that legacy of resilience. Statistically, Josh is on pace for 4,500 yards and 40 TDs. James Cook's bursting for 1,000 plus from scrimmage like a modern-day Thomas, and our D's coughing up under 20 points a game. Without Kincaid and Samuel, the air game's tested. Last year, we leaned on Diggs for 1,400 yards, but now it's Gabe, Shavers, and more time. If they stabilize, it's another W, pushing us to 9-2 and staring down a division crown that's ours for the first time since the AFL days of Kelly Tariq lasers. Imagine this: post-game, Josh Allen, helmet off, snowflakes in his beard, grabs the mic. "Mafia, we got hit hard today, but that's Buffalo. We take the punches, dust off, and hit back with everything we've got. Gabe made plays, Shavers balled out, and we're built for this fight. Super Bowl. Yeah, we're coming." And Coach Mac, ever the philosopher, it's about the next step, the next possession. These guys, they're Bills Mafia incarnate, tough, loyal, unbreakable. Then picture Pagula jumping through a flaming table in the end zone, for the drought, for the 4 losses, for Josh freakin' Allen, charge. And don't get me started on the superfan in full Zubaz regalia, ranting from the 300 level. "Coleman, get your act together, kid, we smash tables for this team." Texans. More like Tex weaklings after our D gets done. Predictions. Mark my words, Josh carves up that secondary for 300 yards and 3 scores, Cook feasts on the ground game, and we steal a 27-20 victory under those dome lights. It means everything: momentum into the bye, a stranglehold on the East, and proof that this rebuild under Bean and Mac is the real deal, ending 25 years of heartbreak with a Lombardi parade down Delaware Avenue. The Super Bowl quest. It's not a dream, it's destiny, fueled by wing-eating contests, high-mark roars that shake the rafters, and a fanbase that bleeds red, white, and blue like Jim Kelly battling cancer with that unbreakable smile. So, Bills Mafia, from the frozen fields of western New York to the global outposts chanting, "Let's go Buffalo," in Tokyo tailgates, this is our time. Fire up the spatula, crank the shout, chorus one more time, and remember, we're no fair-weather crew, we're the storm itself. Charge forward, smash through, and let's bring that ring home where it belongs. Let's go Buffalo, FSU. This is your Bills broadcast, signing off. But the fire? It never dies.